Thank you for joining me. It's incredibly important to me to be able to teach, to have a sense of purpose, to have a sense of a week schedule, to have weekends, weeks, to just share my passion and love for yoga. I think one of the realizations through this time is how important yoga actually is to me. I've always known it is very important to me, and that's what I always say, that it's changed my life, that it determines how I breathe, how I eat, how I think, the movies I watch, the people I interact with. It is becoming, it's a lifestyle really. But then as a teacher, if you're teaching because of the situation gets taken away from you, you also realize that without students, yoga can be amazing. So, but yeah, the teacher is gone if there's no students. And I also really feel that one of those things I was reading about, it said, if you want to know a topic really well, try to teach it. So it's only through having students that I can grow as a person, as a teacher. So thank you very much for being here this morning. It means the world to me. I am going to talk for another minute because today's practice is going to be slightly different. We often, I love the dynamic flows, I love the strength in the flows that I teach, and I know you also like that. But today I want to do something totally different, also to just stimulate you and to, let you experience something very new, maybe. So I'd like to ask you to be open-minded, experience it, and see what you get out of it. What we will do is, so my very first yoga practice was Ashtanga. I don't know if you know Ashtanga. Ashtanga is quite strong as a practice, but it has a sequence of poses that are always the same. Pose 1, pose 2, pose 3, pose 4, blah, 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 and you do the same every morning. So there's not a lot of creativity for the teacher, but also I think for the student. And in Ashtanga Yoga, you hold each shape for 5 breaths. Now, this week during my self-practice, I did a Vinyasa flow where I integrated the 5 breaths of Ashtanga. That means, normally we do 1 movement, 1 breath, 1 movement, 1 breath, which is amazing. And you can still, while you are, for example, in a Warrior 2, you can still do 1 movement, 1 breath. The movements are just not as big. So it doesn't mean it's not a strong practice because you're actually holding your shapes a lot longer. You can go a little deeper. So the 2 things that I think apply as an intention for this class is curiosity and patience. So we are cultivating patience and curiosity while we practice. Breath is obviously very, very important. But while you're here, while you're doing your 5 breaths, it could be inhale. Often start at the foundation and build it up. I'm going to be relatively quiet because it can become a beautiful meditative practice, not a breakfast practice. So inhale, and you can focus on your feet. Feel the feet, notice if the feet feel good, if they're nicely aligned. And then, so it's a combination of thinking and feeling. Yes, thinking, they are in the right place, I think, according to what I know, because we don't all know the same thing. And then you can go, okay, the knees, the hips. So every breath, even though you are 5 poses here, you can also just close your eyes through during those 5 breaths and go, oh, I can tuck my tailbone. Oh, I can go deeper. I can actually soften my shoulders. I can actually soften my face. I can actually feel the breath. So that is what we're going to do today. But we're first going to just sit for a minute of stillness. Move around a little bit. So you are comfortable in a cross-legged position or a kneeling position. Take a deep breath in and then sigh it out. Let's do that again. Sigh it out. Close your eyes. Sit still. 1 minute. together in front of our heart, in front of your heart. A gesture of opening our physical practice, also a gesture of greeting and acknowledging each other, even though we're physically not together, acknowledging wherever you are at, acknowledging our heart space and the love that sits inside our heart for ourselves and the people around us. If the intention of curiosity and patience through this new style of practice, maybe for you today, is what you want to work with, just make a little mental note. Or if you have your own intention, please work with that. And then bow your head towards your fingertips, just to connect our humble mind to our warm hearts, hopefully filled heart. And then just come to child's pose. We'll move and we'll be static. So dynamic and static elements to this practice, but very much focusing on the breath and the sensations in the body. Taking your time to be curious about the shape, because sometimes when we move very quick from one to the next, we hardly get an opportunity to be in the shape. So take 3 more beautiful breaths here. If Ujjayi is part of your practice, bring Ujjayi in. That's an inhale and out, in and exhale through the nose with a soft restriction in the back of the throat. Can you expand and lengthen the breath? So my 5 in and exhales might obviously not be exactly the same length as yours. So if I speak about 5 breaths, they are my 5 breaths. It could be that it's 6 or 4 for you, and that is also okay. Alright, walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Place the left hand on top of the right, and then let the head be soft. 5 breaths here. Deep in and exhales, feel the expansion of the rib cage, the softness on the exhale, the inhale, really creates space. On the next inhale, walk your hands to the center and then through to the other side, right on top of the left. Relax, breathe into the right rib, 5 breaths. In through the nose, and if you can, out through the nose. Soften your jaw. Inhale, bring your hands back to center. Come to the knees and we will dynamically flow to cat-cow. So here it's 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale to look up. Exhale to bring the chin to chest around the spine. Inhale, really slow down the breath. Feel your spine, shoulders and hips. Exhale, chin to chest. 3 more times. Feel free to close your eyes, specifically when you hold the shape for 5 breaths. It really helps you to connect with the feeling, with the subtle sensations in the body. Come back to a tabletop. Walk your hands forwards, puppy's pose. Hips are above the knees, hands are far forward, spread your fingers, and then softly start to draw the chest down towards the floor, chin or third eye onto the floor. 4 more breaths. Feel the expansion. There's lots of space being created here in the upper body, armpit area, shoulder area. So really breathe and feel the rib cage expand front, side and back. 2 more rounds of breath. And while breathing, you can probably also feel the energy of the pose. So for me, this feels quite soft and gentle, easy to breathe. Alright, let's lift our head, stay onto your elbows, come to the knees, choose to stay on the knees, tuck your toes. Now this, energetically, is a very different shape. Close your eyes, 5 breaths. You can drop the knees at any time. Notice how different it feels to the pose before. Notice the intensity of your muscles. If it is harder or easier to breathe. Soften the skin on the face, even though this is more intense. Take one more deep breath in. Knees to the floor, hips to the floor, swings pose. Very different energy. Very different parts of the body are being opened and maybe put under some tension. Take 4 more rounds of breath here. Feel free to close your eyes. Soften the lips, soften the jaw. Feel free to close your eyes. One more deep breath in here. Nose to the floor, exhale. A bit of dynamic movement, fingers next to the mat. Press the toenails into the floor. 5 times, cobra, dynamic. Inhale, lift up. Neck in line with the spine. Exhale, soften down. So notice there is effort and effortlessness. So a bit of effort to come up. And a surrender and softness when you come down. 2 more rounds. Press the toenails in the floor. Lift, feel the back body engaged. Feel the front of the body open. One more time, big breath in. Nose to the floor, hands next to your rib cage. Press back, table or plank pose. Then we actually meet in plank all together. So hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. Hold plank pose. Yes, you can drop to the knees. Close your eyes, 5 breaths, commit. Notice which muscles are starting to shake. If you can engage your legs more. If you tuck your tailbone, bring your pubic bone to the navel. Start to make really subtle adjustments. So yes, there is still movement and breath. It is just not as big, it's more subtle. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. One more deep breath in. Down dog, 5 breaths. That's going to be a nice. So interesting, down dog becomes a resting pose. If it doesn't feel like a resting pose, come to child's pose instead. No problem. Alright, 4 more breaths here. Stay still, breathe. Notice if it's challenging to stay still. So it is very much a practice of stillness today as well, which is sometimes mentally challenging. And that's alright. That's alright. Just be with it, stay with the breath, stay with the pose, stay with the sensations in the body. 2 more rounds of breath. I really enjoy this practice. It's not as easy in a way that you stay more still. You're more mentally active in a way, but you feel more as well. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Bring the feet hip width apart. Bend the knees. Ragdoll, 5 breaths. Notice which arm is on top. That's your dominant side. You can bend the knees. Really let your neck and your shoulders soften. Head is heavy. Brain. Relax your brain. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Here we become dynamic again. Fold forward, relax 5 times. 4 more. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Slow it down. Use the length of the breath to get to your shape. And then the exhale to get back down and surrender. 2 more times. Big inhale, fill up the lungs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften your face, neck and shoulders. Last one, halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Rise to standing, high mountain, big toes to touch. Arms above your head. Hands to heart center. Stay here for 5 breaths. Try to commit to stillness. Notice the weight in the feet. If there's more weight in the right foot, left foot, heels, toes, sides of the feet. Soft bend in the knees. You can tuck your tailbone a little bit more. Really squeeze the abdominals. There is so much to adjust, and it's subtle. Soften the shoulders. Build it up from the bottom. Start with the feet, ankles, knees, hips, core, rib cage, shoulders, necks, face, jaw. And then lift from the crown of the head. I think that was around 5 breaths. Amazing. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Just a movement here. Twist to the right. Hold. Draw the right hip a little bit more forward so the hips are aligned. So yeah, there's also quite a lot of opportunity here to check on your alignment. We're not rushing to shapes. Reach the left fingers forward, right fingers back. Where are you looking? Where is your gaze? Try to bring it to the horizon. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale, arms up to the other side. So we twist from the belly button up. Everything below the belly button stays square to the front. Soften your jaw. Reach the fingers away from each other. You can create as much space between your 2 middle fingers. One reaching forward, one reaching back. 2 more rounds of breath. Soften on each exhale, even though you might feel a nice twist in the upper body. Inhale, arms up. Well done. Bend the knees, fold forward, exhale. We keep moving. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your left foot to the back of the mat, low lunge. So set yourself up, take your time, and then stay in low lunge. If you have blocks and that helps you, because maybe you are limited in the space in the hips, just place your hands on the blocks, or keep your hands at the fingertips. 4 more rounds of breath. Right knee tracks in the direction of the toes. Left leg is strong, so the left leg is not bent. You try to really lift the hamstring up towards the sky. Neck is in line with the spine. Shoulders are away from the ears. 2 more rounds of breath. Take a deep breath in here. Come to pyramid pose. Draw the hips back. Now the left heel can be pointing straight backwards. That's more modern. If you want a traditional, you step it in and the left heel is flat to the floor and the left toes turn a little out to the side. Now your hips go in a clockwise direction. So the right hip draws a little back and the left hip draws a little forward. It's a scissoring kind of sensation. Hands can be on blocks or can be on the floor. You can relax your head or keep it upright. 3 more rounds of breath. Suck your navel in a little bit. Notice if the belly is resting on the thigh. Just suck it in if you can. If the heel is lifted, lift it back up to your low lunge. Left knee down to the floor. Vinyasa. Arms come up towards the sky. And now eagle the left arm under the right. Hold and breathe. You can sink as deep in your hips as you want. Just see where you can go, where you want to go. And a nice, I really enjoy kind of covering my face. So bring the head down, shoulders away from ears, elbows lift, hands move away from the face. 3 more rounds of breath here. Soften the skin on your face, soften your jaw. Release the arms, take a deep breath in. Hands back down to the floor, low lunge. Step to plank pose. Hold your plank pose. 5 breaths, commit. Knees can be on the floor. Close your eyes. Feel your body, feel your breath. Notice the mind. Notice your heart. Tammy, I'm sure you're gonna like the next one. Take a deep breath in, half plank. You can drop the knees, 5 breaths, commit, let's go. Let the shaking happen, you can bring the knees down, it's not a problem. Strong legs, 2 more breaths. I'm shaking too, it's okay. 1 more deep breath in. Whoo, down to the floor. Point your toes. Cobra pose, or if you feel ready, upward facing dog. 5 breaths. Open the collarbones, feel the heat that is being built in your body. Breathe. Ujjayi breath also creates heat. Strong legs, point the toes. Belly in. 2 more breaths. Lean back with the back of the head. Take 1 more deep breath in. Downward facing dog. First lift your hips and then curl your toes. Big breath into the nose. Sigh it out. 5 breaths. 4 more. Can come to child's pose at any time. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Big toes touch or feet are hip width apart. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Ooh, I'm getting warm, that's good. High mountain, grow tall, come all the way up. Hands above your head, hands to heart center, 5 breaths. Notice and feel, stay still. It is often when the body is still that we can really connect to our breath. And the breath is directly connected to our mind. They're like 2 fish, they swim together. Awareness and calmness of breath creates space and calmness in the mind, which hopefully also creates some moments of clarity. Inhale, high mountain, bring the arms up. Twist to the left, hold and breathe. 5 breaths. Lift the back of the head. Do subtle adjustments. Notice that I'm lifting my left toe. Why? Okay, bring it back. Really small little things that are happening in the body while you're standing here. Try to relax your shoulders away from the ears. Core is nice and strong. Last round of breath here. Inhale, high mountain. To the other side, exhale, hold, find a drishti, focus your eyes on a fixed point or close them. 4 more rounds. Are your fingers active? You're squeezing them together or opening them nice and wide? Inhale, arms up above your head. Bend your knees, fold forward, exhale. Relax neck and shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. It's your right foot that steps, big step, low lunge. Use your blocks, your books or your bottles. Set yourself up. Find some grounding. Press that right heel back. Lovely. 5 breaths. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck in line with the rest of the spine. One more deep breath in. Pyramid pose. Remember we shape you too. Are you just drawing the hips back, which is fine, modern variation, or did you step the heels slightly, foot slightly in? The hips, regardless of which option you took with the back foot, are in a anti-clockwise direction. So it's like the left hip draws back and the right hip draws forward. Head can be hanging or head can be up. 4 more rounds of breath. Suck your navel in. This is a scissoring sensation, as if you're squeezing something between your upper thighs. Pelvic floor, suck it in as well if you can. So we try to have an active pelvic floor. It's called the bandha. 2 more rounds of breath here. Maybe a sigh. The beauty of the breath. You're really cultivating a relationship with the breath through the practice like this. Back into a low lunge to transition in crescent moon. Inhale, right arm under the left. You can also have the hands on the shoulders. 5 breaths here. Feel free to drop your head humbly forward. Just letting your brain relax into the arms. Shoulders away from the ears. Elbows draw up. Hands draw away from your face, from the top of your crown. 3 more rounds of breath. Inhale, arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, lift knees. Step back, plank pose. This time we flow our chaturanga, so take a deep breath in. Shift the weight forward, shoulders in front of the wrist. 90 degrees only. Knees can be on the floor. Flip over one and then the other, or both feet at the same time. Press your chest open. Lovely back bend. Downward facing dog. Stay here 5 breaths. It's your ultimate reset. Even in our normal dynamic vinyasa flows, we use down dog to breathe, to feel, to reset, to notice what is going on in our body, to notice what is going on with the breath, to notice if we have maybe been distracted in our minds, and just kind of go, okay, I always consider it, you know, when you play Monopoly, and you come to the beginning of the board, where you get your 200, whatever, dollars, rands. It's that. It's like, okay, let's go again. But how am I feeling? Do a little bit of an inventory of what's going on, and then we continue. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, relax your neck and shoulders. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Yes, fair, 5 breaths. You can pick your own depth. If you want to work really strongly, sink a little deeper. You can also go a little higher. Hands can also be in front of the heart if it doesn't feel nice for the shoulders. Maybe close your eyes. 4 more breaths. What can you change? Can you bring more weight to the heels? Can you bring more weight to the toes? Can you tuck your tailbone a little bit or bring it more back? What works for you? Subtly change the shape. It's really small movements. You can hardly see it from the outside. 2 more rounds of breath. Sink a little deeper if you can. Why not? It's Friday. Take a deep breath in. Fold forward. Release the tension in the legs. Relax the neck and shoulders. Inhale. Halfway lift. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Lovely. This time we stand up. Crescent lunge. Feel your crescent lunge. Find your crescent lunge. Arms above your head. And you can come into what we call scissor arms. So your left hand is between your shoulder blades, and you can bring the right hand on top, or maybe you use a belt, or maybe you interlace the fingers. Different options, different people. 4 more rounds of breath. Close your eyes. You can have the back knee bent, or you can press the left heel away and towards the floor, lifting the hamstring up towards the sky. 3 more breaths. Lift the crown of the head and press the back of the head a little backwards. It's called Jalandhara Bandha, also a bandha in the neck. Really lengthening, connecting. You can think about your pelvic floor. Squeeze it in. Shaking of the legs, it's fine. Release the arms. Inhale, crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Alright, ladies, there we go. Right toe points straight forward. Left toes are slightly in. Can have a heel alignment. So if you draw a line from the front heel, it can end up in the back heel or a little tighter where the heel is aligned with the arch of the back foot. And then you start to find depth. Relax your shoulders, foundation, feet, knees, hips, core, shoulders, hands, face. Check, make your little checklist. Close your eyes and breathe. If you want to twist it, you can look at the finger nails of your right hand. 4 more rounds of breath. Feel how strong the legs are and how light you can be in your upper body through filling up those lungs. Really inhale like a balloon. Exhaling, maybe that lightness can bring more depth and courage to go deeper. Stay patient, stay curious about how this pose feels. 2 more rounds of breath. Does it feel like you're a warrior? Keep a smile on your face. Reverse warrior, the legs stay where they are, the right arm comes up towards the sky. Depending on how your lower back is feeling, you can bring the arm all the way back, reach back, or straight up towards the sky. The left hand is soft, we're not leaning onto it, it slides down the leg. Create space between the 2 hands, pull them away. 3 more rounds of breath, right shoulder is relaxed. So if you feel the right shoulder is pulling up towards the ear, draw it back and down. Oh yeah, my legs started to shake, it's actually quite a nice feeling. Take a deep breath in, hands wimble down to the floor, low lunge. 3-legged dog, a little bit of dynamic work, knee to your nose 5 times with your own breath. Inhale, that's number 4 to go. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog, lengthen. Downward facing dog. Now notice with your eyes closed how your legs feel. My right leg feels different from my left. It had a different job, specifically in our warriors. It had a different job in our crescent lunge. Notice, and we'll equal that out right now. 2 more rounds of breath. You can come to child's pose at any time. Breaths is around 30 seconds, so it's really not that long, but sometimes it just feels quite long, specifically if it's a challenging pose. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump quite lightly, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, relax your neck and shoulders. Press into the floor, bend the knees, rise, high mountain, hands above your head, hands to heart center. We keep moving, inhale, arms up. Bow straight forward, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, fill up the lungs. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Find your lunge, your crescent lunge. Both knees are off the floor. And then bring your scissor hands in. So right hand behind shoulder blade. Please keep your gaze at the horizon. Sometimes when we feel distracted or when we start to feel tired, we start to collapse in our posture. Belt, fingers can interlace, or your left hand can be on top of the right elbow. Maybe close your eyes or find a fixed point. 3 more breaths. The right knee can be bent, or you can really try to extend it, whatever feels good. The right heel can press down, it can even lift up towards the sky. Just all different variations. 2 more rounds of breath. Release the arms, inhale, crescent lunge. Warrior 2 to this side. Alright, take a moment to set it up. Right toes are in, left toes point forward. You can go as deep as you want. And then off we go, 5 breaths. Check the sensations in your feet. Check the sensations in your knees, towards your hips, towards your groin, towards your tummy. Tuck your tailbone slightly in. Feel how your lungs fill up on an inhale. How they can soften the shoulders on an exhale. Your fingers reach. Active fingers. What's happening in your neck? Is your jaw relaxed? Eyes relaxed? Crown is lifted. So keep the legs. Reverse warrior. Left arm up. Maybe over or straight up to the sky. But reach up. Reach up. Reach up. Right hand slides down. 4 more rounds of breath. Press the left knee forward. Sometimes when I'm in class, I put my hand in front of the people's knees and say, press your knee into my hand. So pretend I have my hand in front of your knee and you're trying to press that knee forward while you're reaching up with your left hand. I think we've got around one more big cycle of breaths to go. Take a deep breath in. Wimble your hands back down to the floor. Low lunge. Flatten the palms. 3-legged dog. Left leg behind you. Inhale. Knee to your nose. Exhale. 4 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. So advanced yoga practices are not always about, actually they are not about advanced shapes. They are about subtleness and understanding what you're doing, feeling the shape, working with the energy of the shape. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Now, just to change the energy around, because it's very grounding, but sometimes a bit like, to be still. We're just going to, for 30 seconds, do some whatever crazy movements you want to do, to just shake it out. It's like you, quite intensely working. So just do a bit of a funny, funky thing, or child's pose. 3 more rounds of breath. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, get it out of your system. 2, 3, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Fold forward, exhale, relax. Rise, high mountain, inhale. Eagle, right arm under the left, right leg over. There we go, whoop. 5 breaths. Find your dristi. Shoulders away from ears. Elbows move up a little bit. Hands move away from the face. 3 more rounds of breath. Sink a little deeper if you can. Single leg Tadasana, right knee in towards your chest, tree pose, 5 breaths. Foot can be on the ankle, calf, or thigh. Please avoid the knee, hands can be in front of the heart, or today we can bring them also above the head. 4 more rounds of breath. Breathe in. Samasthiti, feet together, hands in front of the heart. A breath into the nose. And a sigh. Chair pose. Eagle to the other side. Left arm under, left leg over. Take a moment to set up. Once you feel, okay, I'm here, we start our 5 breaths. Very calming, very centering to practice like this. Curiosity and patience. Even though we might have done the shapes many, many times, there's always something to adjust, to change. Inhale, single leg Tadasana, tree pose to the other side. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Hands, pick. Commit, try to keep your balance and breathe. 4 more rounds of breath. Big breath in. Samasthiti here, breathe out. Inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Left foot steps back. Low lunge to warrior 1 feet. So you can make the feet a little wider. Your left foot steps in. The left heel is down before you rise. So both feet are grounded and then press into the feet to stand up. Notice that your hips are parallel to the short edge of the mat. So very different from warrior 2, where the hips are open and parallel to the long edge of your mat. Bring your hips forward. Good. And then lift the inside of the arch of the foot. I always say there's little ants. There's a family of ants, tiny little ants. They want to live under your foot. So that arch of the foot is lifted. 3 more rounds of breath. Alright, are you ready? Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3, not an easy shape. If it's too much, pick airplane. Otherwise, lengthen the fingers forward, reach forward. 5 breaths. Let's go! Stay with it. Feel the intensity. Focus your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Low lunge. Hands down, foot down. 1 single crescent lunge. Breathe in to open up to warrior 2. Exhale. Reverse triangle. Inhale to full triangle. Now I toe heel the left foot, the back foot a little in. Hold on to the hips, and then it's the left bum, boom, that is going to go, it's like you're dancing. You go poof, and then you reach very, very long with the hands. Soft bend in that right knee. Notice the length in the right side of the body. Keep the spine long and just open the arms. So very often people want to have a hand on the floor and start to round the spine. Try to create triangle under your legs. There's also a triangle here on the side of the body with the leg and the arm. Yeah, there's actually even another one if you want, but yeah. Close your eyes, hold and breathe. Press into the ball of the right toe. Yeah, nice work. You can look down to the front or up. One more deep breath in. Look down to the floor, exhale. You might want a prop here for your half moon. So launch yourself. You can place the right hand onto your book, onto your bottle, onto the block. Try to keep your balance for 5 breaths. Notice how important the foot behind you is. Notice how important the hand above your head is. Reach. Keep those fingers and those toes active. Wobbling on the right foot, that's totally fine. Stack that left hip on top of the right. Stack your left shoulder on top of the right. Reach down and up. 2 more rounds of breath. Take a deep breath in, grow a little taller, reach up with the leg and the arm. Shiva squat. Exhale. Come sit into a spinal twist. I'll mirror you, so your right leg is on top. Please make sure both sit bones are onto the floor. If that's not the case, just extend your left leg to the front. It's totally fine. Bring the arms up towards the sky, find that leg. 5 breaths, spinal twist. Half bind, full bind, whatever it is in your practice, whatever feels good. Grow a little taller on each inhale. Twist a little deeper, even though that might not visually be, we can't see that you're moving, but there is an intention. There is an energy behind the inhale, which is an expansion and a lift A lifting sensation and a grounding sensation through the sit bones, and a slight twist. It's almost like a corkscrew. You know, you're trying to lengthen the corkscrew on an inhale and then twist a little bit deeper. Turn your head to the front, breathe in. And then bring the hands to the side, breathe out. Navasana, both pose. Feet can be hip width apart. You can release and stretch. We'll go for 5 breaths. Take the option that works for you this morning. Yeah, this is an option. You can also release the hands. You can also extend the legs. You can even open the arms wide or bring them above next to your head. You can make it your party. 4 more rounds of breath. Open the heart, open the collarbones. Shake a little, smile a little. Active toes. 1 more deep breath in. Crush your shins, roll over your shins. Step back to downward facing dog. If you want to do a Vinyasa flow because you feel you're stagnating or energy is stuck and you're like, whoa, the stillness is getting to my head, is getting to me, I'm getting frustrated or angry. I mean, it's fine to feel those things, but you can also just release it by moving a little bit. 2 more rounds of breath here. Last little bit of standing, doing an amazing job. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Fold forward, relax your brain. Inhale, high mountain. Straight, dive forward, exhale, relax. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Right foot steps, low lunge. Warrior 1, so step the foot a little to the front and to the side. Feel that both heels are down, that your right hip is drawing forward, and then stand all the way up. 5 breaths here. Remember the little ants, they want to lift under your right foot. So create some space by lifting your foot bandha, lifting the arch of the foot. Relax your shoulders, breathe. Bend the left knee a little more for your last round of breath. Alright, take a deep breath in here. Warrior 3 or airplane. So if the arms are next to the body, it's a little easier. Reach forward and back. Commit. 5 breaths. Off we go. Reaching the fingers forward, reaching those right toes back. Warrior 2 as a transition. Reverse triangle. I'm already toe heeling my foot in. Right toes in. Heel, heel alignment. Dance the hips. Boom. So the right hip goes in that direction. The left hand pulls that in that direction. You can even have your hands as if somebody is pulling on the right hand backwards and somebody is pulling on the left hand forward. Ooh, you can pull apart. That creates the length. And then arms 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Try to keep a straight spine. So your left hand can also be on the inside of the knees. Totally fine. Find that length from both sides of your upper body. Not just here on the right side, also underneath here. 3 more breaths. Find a drishti, down, front or up. Soften on the exhale. You're stronger than you think. You're doing an amazing job. Look down towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Half moon. 5 breaths. You can have the hands on the block. You can have your fingertips on the floor. You can even choose for an option when the hands are off the floor. I'm going to do the same as I did on the other side. Sometimes working with blocks can really help you open the body more. Active fingers and toes. Focus on your drishti. 3 more rounds of breath. Expand. Be big in your shape. Be big in your breath. One more deep breath in. Reach to the fingers, reach to the toes. Shiva squat to spinal twist. We are going to stay on the floor till the end of practice. I'm going to put my sweater back on just to make sure that I don't get cold. You can do the same if you want to put some socks on. Very different practice. Thank you for trying. Thank you for, doing something different. So leg can be extended or underneath. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. And I really like to ground that left toe here. So this is grounded, so this is stable. Lift up, twist, 5 breaths. Bring some intention to each inhale and exhale. So the inhale can be a lift of the chest, the opening of the collarbones. The exhale can be a softening of the shoulders or maybe a deeper twist. There's always something moving even though it seems like you're physically still. There is an intention and an energetical direction to your shape and the subtleness of your shape. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, counter twist. Bring your hands to the side, drop your head to the floor. Nice. Actually, we are going to just do one more boat pose and one more down dog so we can transition to the last bit of class. So, boat pose, off we go. 5 breaths. I don't feel equal on my sit bones, so try again. Curiosity of the body. And then patience. Maybe close your eyes if you can. Cross your shins and then cross them in the other way because we have a dominant way. Roll over your shins, step back to downward facing dog. Full stretch. Deep breath in. And then tell yourself in your head, well done, well done, well done. Half pigeon, right side. Right knee comes to the right wrist. You can move the foot a little forward. Left knee comes down. Walk it backwards. Create that space. Look forward. Breathe in. We'll stay 10 breaths here. Three more rounds of breath. All right, hands under your shoulders, change sides, so step back, stretch it out, down dog, left knee, left wrist. Take your time to set it up because once you set up, this is your foundation, you will stay. So see where the space is, notice where the edge is, take a breath in, and then come down, elbows, or you can even stay up depending on what feels better to you. 10 breaths. Notice what you feel, notice where the tension presents itself. The resistance in the body maybe, a lack of space, and just softly breathe space into the body. This time bring your hands under your shoulders. Just roll to the left side of your bum. Slide that right leg in front. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. You can have your knees bent. You can even use a belt if you prefer. 5 breaths. Okay, release the belt, release your feet. Roll to a lying down in your back shape. 5 breaths, bridge pose. Feet are hip width apart. Lift your hips. My tailbone is in the... My hair is in the way. Close your eyes. If you want to do a wheel, you can. Just commit to 5 breaths. Take a deep breath in here. Hips down to the floor, nice and slow. 1 vertebra at a time. Last 5 breaths before Shavasana. Leg up the wall or plow pose or shoulder stands. So pick what works for you. Slowly make your way to a Shavasana. Could be the legs extended along the floor. Can also be leg up the wall if you prefer. Now it is almost 9 o'clock. And I just want to share some information that normally, generally, around 10 to 15% of the time of your practice is dedicated to Shavasana. So because we're practicing 60 minutes today, we would normally want a 6 to 10 minute Shavasana. We don't have time for that now. I could have done that within the practice, but I assume and I know that you have time, but then it is really handy to put a timer on. Because if you don't put a timer on, you're either going to move too quick and you're going to go, okay, that's enough, because you actually don't know how long you've been there, and it's easy to get distracted in Shavasana. It is the crème de la crème, it is the final inclusion of everything and integration. So if you have the time, or actually just gift yourself the time, take your watch or whatever sport watch you're wearing, or take your phone if you have it close by, set it to 6 or 9 minutes, and just either sit in meditation or really commit to the Shavasana. I know it's not easy, but you've hopefully through this practice of 5 breaths, of patience, of curiosity, notice that there is a very beautiful thing to stillness, because stillness is not even stillness. Stillness is still healing. Stillness is still adjusting, processing, the subconscious meeting the conscious. So find yourself in a seat, set yourself up, commit, notice if there's any animals or kids around, things that can potentially interrupt or distract you, and give yourself this healing time. It is your practice, and if curiosity curiosity and patient was your theme for the practice, maybe take that off into your day. Can you eat with curiosity? And that means if you eat something, taste it. Don't, really go like, interesting. Pretend you've never had it in your mouth before. Be curious. Because with everything there is a subtleness. Maybe the one piece tastes a little bit more burnt than the other piece, or one piece tastes more salty than the other piece. There is a beauty into allowing yourself to go into a bit of stillness to notice the subtle. Patience is obviously always a beautiful thing to practice, specifically in relationship, not only with ourselves, but also with our loved ones. I adore teaching online. I had a huge resistance a month ago, and now it's my favorite thing of the day. So thank you for coming to your mat. Have a lovely rest of your day. From my heart to your heart. Namaste.